Coming up on Maverick Postgame, football and men's soccer had big weekends, and we got you covered with highlights from both.
Plus, we have a special report on volleyball's weekend on the road.
All that and more coming your way right now. Hello and welcome to Maverick Postgame. My name is Joe Azar.
And I'm Bryce Reedy. Maverick football opened up RMAC play this weekend at home against Adams State, and boy did they make a statement. Let's head on over to the highlights. Maverick football is getting ready. They're heading on out, getting ready for some RMAC football. And we're going to start things off here on the second drive. Mesa hands it off to Hubbard. 6 yards out, touchdown Mavs. That makes it 10-0. ASU responds with a 27-yard field goal to put the score at 10-3. Then, on the first play of the second quarter, 55 yards, straight to Moon. He could go all the way. Touchdown Mavs, 17-3. On the following ASU drive we go as Moon celebrates with his teammates. Hillman is going to drop back to pass. He throws, boink, right off the helmet of Schultz, who comes down with the interception. Mavericks ball. Now, Mavs were unable to capitalize, but they take advantage of ASU's punt on the following possession. Rivas catches it in the back. He avoids the defender. Stiff arms another one. And all of a sudden, he's going Devin Hester on the ASU Grizzlies. Taking it all the way to the house, 85 yards, giving the Mavericks a 24-3 lead late in the second quarter. Then, on the very final play of the first half, Rubicaba, 17 yards. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Vandervelde comes down with the touchdown after 2 negated touchdowns to penalties. Mavericks take a 31-3 halftime lead. First drive for ASU to open up the second half. He goes back. Tip ball. Cleghorn comes up with the interception in the end zone. Maverick ball. Defense providing again. This leads to a Mesa 44-yard field goal, and that makes it 48-3. 48-3. Then ASU trying to come back. Hook and ladder. He could go all the way, and that's the first touchdown for ASU, putting it 48-9 as they missed the 2-point conversion. Then Rubicaba drops back, fires down the sideline. And a huge play on the sideline. Nice catch. And then the very next play, Beverly, 8 yards out. Touchdown Mavericks. That made it 55-9, and ASU would later add another touchdown, making the final score of this one 55-16 Mavericks. Now, Rubicaba finished this game going 13 of 19 for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air, while Beverly added 115 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Following the game, Justin Bell was able to catch up with some of the guys following this huge win.
I heard Coach Russ Martin talk about the win, Coach.
You know, it was a great team effort. I was really pleased with the way our guys came out tonight. They played with great focus. They came out in warm-ups with great focus and intensity, and we started the game that way. We took the opening drive down the field. You know, they held us. We kicked the field goal. Defense gets a stop. We get a great field position and stuff, and then we just kind of continued to roll from that standpoint. So I was very pleased with the way our guys played. We got some guys that can make plays, and we got guys that are playing, you know, with a positive expectation right now.
Absolutely, Coach. The momentum seemed to start snowballing in the first quarter. Talk about that.
Well, I think what happened is both sides just started to feed off of each other. When the offense was rolling, it really helped pick up the defense. Defense made some plays. They made some stops. And then, again, that just kind of fed more fuel to the fire. And we just really started to roll. We really started to click. And that's kind of what we've been striving for. And we really didn't take our foot off the pedal.
We just stuck with our scheme. We understood Adams State has a really good scheme offensively, and we just kind of tried to stick with it and just do our assignments and not let anything get over the top and just let everything play in front. And, I mean, it paid off. They drove the ball a little bit when they just by getting underneath stuff, but we ended up stuffing them and stuff and trying to give the ball to the offense in good field position.
We just need to keep our composure. You know, we had a lot of personal fouls, and, you know, we can eliminate those. And, you know, other than that, I think the team played great. So.
That was a great win for the Mavericks to open up RMAC play, but now CMU has to look forward to playing on the road next Saturday against a very tough opponent. For more on that, we have a special report Here is Joey Beta.
This week, the Mavs look to continue their winning ways when they take on Chadron State on the road. Chadron State, who suffered a loss from the Colorado School of Mines last week, looks to snap their 2-game losing streak. The Mavs are facing a team that is going to be desperate for a win, especially because it's family night at Chadron Stadium. The Eagles players will be extremely pumped up and want to perform well in front of their families. The Mavs really need to focus on stopping the run game by the Eagles to come away with this win. Chadron State has 6 times the amount of rushing touchdowns compared to their passing touchdowns. This generally means that they are mainly focused on their rushing attack, which will put a lot of pressure on the defensive line and inside linebackers. The Mavericks defense has been very stout this year by only allowing in 1 rushing TD along with 1 passing TD. If the Mavericks defense can contain the Chadron running backs, then they should come away with a victory. Back to you guys in the studio.
Moving on from one football to another, the women's soccer team was looking for not only their first win of the season, but also their first goal. After being shut out in their first five games this season, the Mavs were finally able to put one in the back of the net on Sunday against Colorado Christian University. After an early goal by the Mountain Lions, the Mavs were finally able to respond. Forward Ashley Wallace was able to put one in the back past the goalkeeper off a nice assist from Sarah Pope. Then, late in the second half, CMU was able to take their first lead of the season on a nice through ball by Lauren Lee to teammate Amanda Wenzel, who put it in the back of the net to give the Mavs their first win of the season at 2-1. CMU will now look to continue their streak on Friday against Fort Lewis.
Now the men's opened up the weekend with a very familiar opponent. The UCCS Mountain Lions were the only team to defeat CMU twice last season. This year, the new-look Mavs look to shake off the demons of last year and open up RMAC play with a win. With that said, let's take you to some highlights from Walker Field. We have a big match between the UCCS Mountain Lions and the Colorado Mesa Mavericks. Now, the Mavericks had a little bit of a shaky start, but then able to open up play. Kevin Dalmaza with a wide shot. Scary moment here. A goalkeeper for UCCS collides with one of the players. He goes down. He stays there for a while. Thankfully, he's able to get back up. Second half we go. Guarneri with a big clutch stop. That allows play to open up. Here's Zach Fernapfel. Cross. Beautiful header by Roy Abergil. He blows a kiss, thanking his teammate. That's just what soccer players do, I guess. And here comes the free kick. Can he go high? No, he's going to trick everyone and go low. And someone call Jackie Chan because everyone is kung fu fighting the goalpost. It's 2-0 Mavericks, but they won't stop there. Here comes a corner kick. Beautiful placement. James McGee with his second goal off a corner this season. And he's whipping, he's nay-naying, he's celebrating, handshakes all around as the Mavericks win. They make a statement, opening up RMAC play with a 3-0 win. Again, McGee with his second goal of the season from a corner kick, and Roy Abergil, the big story here, inching closer to writing his name in the record books. He is now 3 goals away from becoming CMU's all-time leading scorer. I caught up with Abergil and others after the Mavs' big win.
Yeah, it was a massive win. I mean, what do you say? UCCS is a very, very good team. We were motivated, of course, with them handing us 2 of our 4 defeats last year, and we came out and our energy level was exactly where it needed to be, and we looked very, very dynamic and fast going forward, and fortunately we saw some balls hit the back of the net tonight, which is always a good thing.
We got the mindset this year. The team chemistry's there. In the locker room, it's great. We're cracking jokes. We're very close, big family, and then it shows on the field. We work for each other, we're hard for each other, and it shows in the scoreline.
The former coach found me on YouTube, but Pedget obviously kept me here, and I'm glad he did it. I'm really happy here, and 2 goals from tying the record. Yeah. I don't know, I'm just looking at the next game, hoping to score, hoping to help my team win, and this is just a bonus.
And that was a big win for the Mavericks to open up RMAC play. They passed their first test, but unfortunately the same couldn't be said for their second. Coming off a huge win, CMU fell to Metro 2-0. Goals by Jeff Gillis and Dustin Berg were enough to sink the Mavericks, but the big story in this game was the physicality both teams displayed. 5 different players booked for fouls, picking up where they left off last year. Sadly, the Mavericks weren't able to come away with a victory in this edition of the rivalry, but the team hoped to rebound next weekend as they continue their homestand against Westminster College on Friday, 5:30 p.m. kickoff.
Now we look to volleyball courts where the Mavs opened up RMAC play and were just looking for their first win in the last 4 games. And for more on that, we're going to send it over to Steven Adams, who covered the Mavs this past weekend.
CMU's volleyball team was looking for their first win in 4 games as they entered the weekend facing off against Metro State and UCCS. It took the Mavs 5 sets in both matches, but they were able to end their skid and open up RMAC play 2-0. Freshman Taylor Woods was named RMAC Player of the Week for her performance. She tallied 57 digs and 12 assists on the weekend. The Mavs will play their first home match of the season on Friday against Chadron State. Back to you guys in the studio.
Now, once again, it's time for us to announce our Maverick of the Week. And for his performance against ASU this past weekend, we're giving that honor to player Dustin Rivas. He was able to make a difference on the defensive side as well as in the special teams, taking that 85-yard punt to the house in the second quarter. His performance was good enough to give him the honor Maverick of the Week.
Also, he was RMAC Special Teams Player of the Week. And remember, if you can't attend any of the games at home this weekend, you can catch them on the radio at CMU's student-run station, KMSA 91.3. KMSA is also hosting a huge event at the Point this Saturday, allowing students to watch the football team's game on the road on their own televisions. Make sure you come enjoy some good food and cheer on your Mavs. That's all the time we have today. Make sure you check back next week for all the latest highlights and updates from CMU Sports. With Bryce Reedy, I am Joe Azar, wishing you a very happy week, CMU.